Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are live right here on the main channel. I got my man, General Jerry, up in the house.
How's it going, everyone?
We're here to give some previews and predictions there for that Summerslam action. But before I start there, Jerry, might as well not try too hard in this vid because probably going to get a lot of hates. You know what I'm saying? A lot of hate because, well, Jerry, I gotta give you some big news there. I don't hate homosexuals, Jerry.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't hate homosexuals, and I don't care if they wrestle or not. So, Jerry, with these feelings of mine, I've become public enemy #1, Jerry. So we're gonna get disliked to death in this video, so there's no point in putting our heart in it or anything like this, but it doesn't end there, Jerry. I gotta admit to you what I've done there. I changed my mind about something, Jerry. You see, at first when I heard about this gay stuff in wrestling, I was like, might not be a good idea. You can judge by my comment section and the dislikes that might not be a good idea in that sense, you know what I mean, because of the raging lunatic fans, you know. But then I changed my mind. I thought, fuck it, they want to have gay storylines, whatever. It doesn't change much really, you know. But by doing that, Jerry, by changing my mind from going to might not be a good idea to going to fuck it, right there, Jerry, worse than Hitler. Worse than Hitler right there.
Are you public enemy #1 now? Is that what's happened?
Public enemy #1, Jerry. I changed my mind on the meaningless topic that's completely unimportant there. So that makes me Hitler #1, the Grand Hitler around these parts here, Jack.
Oh, God.
And I don't want to discriminate against gays, so I'm being hated, Jerry. You see, Jerry, about 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 years ago, there was a man called Moses. He was walking in the desert. He just finished taking a poop in the hole in the desert, Jerry, because they had no toilets back then. So then,
Jesus.
So then after the poop, Moses was walking, and he had an in-depth conversation with a burning bush, Jerry. And this burning bush, for some reason, has a big beef against homosexuals. The rest is history, Jerry. If you question that, you might want proof or something, then you're going to burn straight to hell, Jerry. So don't question it. Just accept it there, Jerry. So because, you know, I don't believe that burning bush can talk there and that they hate gay people. Well,
Oh, Jesus.
Public enemy #1 there, Jerry. But here's the deal, Jerry. I got my loyal subscribers. That's why I always make the difference between my loyal subs, you know, because I know that there's a tarred portion of my subscriber base. You know what I mean? I've been aware of that for a long time. So that's why I have to differentiate between the loyal subs and the tarred portion of the audience. And the loyal portion wants wrestling vids, Jerry, and that's what I'm going to give them. The tarred portion, they want me to cry. They want me to get on my knees and beg for mercy because they're homophobic and I'm not. But that's not going to be happening, you know. So the show must go on, and I'm going to talk that wrestling talk like I always do, and I won't be pressured by some kind of weirdo hate group in the wrestling community. So fuck them, Jer. We're here to talk about wrestling, Jer. So with all of that shit said, it is time for your SummerSlam preview and predictions. Jerry, are you excited for SummerSlam?
Torn. Like, I have to be honest with everyone. I said this on Facebook. I haven't seen Raw and SmackDown in 2 weeks. I can't watch it. I just can't watch it. Like, I'm not hating on SummerSlam. I think it might be a good show, but I just can't watch Raw or SmackDown anymore. It's just like I just
It's
can't.
rough. It's rough.
It's so good. Like I was seeing like a few people were posting on Facebook and they were like, I'd rather rip my eyeballs out than watch Raw again. I was like, Jesus, is it that bad? And even the guys that like constantly like praise WWE, even they're saying that it was crap or whatever. So yeah, like I haven't seen it. I've seen maybe bits and pieces, maybe on YouTube, not in full. Like I can't even watch a full YouTube video now of it, but I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Bailey can help us, WJ. You never know.
It's 3 hours of pure boredom on Raw. You might get a couple of okay segments here and there, but very hard. 3 hours of boredom on Raw, and then it's 2 hours of cheap SmackDown. It just feels dead to me. It doesn't feel alive like Raw. Raw is bad. It's shitty, but SmackDown, it just feels flat. Like it's, there's no life in the fucking show. It's just blue. Just a cheaper version of Raw, and it's blue, Oh, it's only, they say it's good because it's 2 hours, but goddamn, how can you justify that being good? Oh, it's better because it's not as long, less torture, okay, but it doesn't make it good,
It reminds me of that song. Do you remember that like Eiffel something? It's like blue dan dee da dan 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 tee. You remember that like rave song Blue? It's like the bluest sky and the bluest. I guess basically SmackDown. I've only seen like maybe one episode or something, maybe half an episode, but like Jesus, it's still to me, like, although people have been saying that SmackDown is like improved, like they're saying SmackDown's better than Raw, but like I don't know, there's just something missing with the two brands. Like there's something like the storyline I think is like really crucial on both sides. And like the only way that you're gonna put these shows over is that if you have a storyline that people are gonna get invested in. Like I actually do like Finn Balor, like, but I'm not one of these people where if you bash Finn Balor, I'm gonna rage or whatever. I'm not one of those types of people. Like if you don't like Finn Balor, that's completely, your opinion, and people have a right to their opinion if they don't like Finn Balor or not. Personally, I think he's okay, but does it seem quite cheesy with his thing coming out? To a certain degree, yeah, but I'm a little bit biased, and I'll admit that, because he's Irish, so he's not like a stereotypical Irishman that's running out with a hat going, hurdy-wordy, I'm a goddamn drunk, how's it going? Like, fuck, at least they're not doing that anymore, but they need like a crucial storyline on both brands where it's like, it gives you an incentive to watch, you know what I mean?
The shows have been really bad, but I think on paper the card might turn out to be decent. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I like to think so. They've got 13 fucking matches in this pay-per-view.
13 matches.
Fucking 13? Like, that's including the pre-show, but there's only like, three matches on a pre-show, like.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So
Sheamus on a pre-show, like.
Let's go down these matches here, Jerry. We got American Alpha, Hype Brothers, and the Usos going up against Breezango, Ascension, and Vaudevillains in the kickoff show there. So didn't we just like see this exact fucking match on SmackDown?
Yeah, basically, but they just put it as a pre-show now.
They might have switched the team. I don't remember exactly if every single team here was in it, but it's the same fucking thing.
It's forgettable.
The same thing from SmackDown. Same exact match. So I don't know. Exactly like you said, they're uneventful. Who the fuck cares, man?
I'd rather cut my genitals off and watch this.
That's
This is,
the thing. We're
this is
supposed to be
fucking shit.
marking out for American Alpha. That's the thing right here, you know. But
Oh,
like,
I heard about those guys. They're actually an alright tag team. I will say that. I have seen, like, I don't watch. I'm not one of these guys that pretends to watch NXT all the time. But I think I seen them. I think I've only seen like 2 or 3 NXT shows. I don't have enough time. You see. But like American Alpha's pretty good. Hype Bros, I'm sorry, but that Mojo Riley guy looks like he's got like I don't get it. Like, oh, this hyper guy. I don't know if
that's stupid.
it's just stupid. Zack Ryder, a guy that was competing for a championship, is now on a pre-show. The Usos, who haven't been irrelevant since ever. Fandango and Tyler Breeze, fuck whatever. I could see them on that LGBT fucking story.
Don't tell people you'll like it, Jared. They'll come at you with pitchforks.
The Ascension, I mean, fuck, they've been buried. And the Favel Villains, fucking Simon Gotch is like fighting with half of the fucking locker room, so.
Just a big pile of shit that nobody's gonna watch. They'll have this match when you'll have 4 guys in the audience, fucking while people are walking in there. Sami Zayn and Neville versus the Dudleys. I don't get this Neville and Dudley's feud. Apparently, the Dudleys hurt his ankle. Me personally, I don't even remember what happened between the Dudleys and Neville. And if it's the same shit that we've got on television, it's going to be a 1-minute match like they did on Raw. Was it Raw? Like a 1-minute match with fuck all happening there. It was Neville and Sin Cara fighting the Dudleys on Raw. Now you replace Sin Cara with Sami Zayn. I don't know there. It's probably another 2-minute shit match or something.
Yeah. What surprised me is that Sami Zayn's in the pre-show. Because, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Sami Zayn, but, like, you would think that he would be on the main card for, like, all the popularity he's been getting. You know what I mean? I'm kind of surprised that he's with Neville out of all people, but they're breaking up. I think the Dudley boys are going to break up in this match because there's been rumors that they're going to be breaking up.
He's getting a big push, Sami Zayn, a push right out the door. I don't know, but yeah, it's last pay-per-view. We had the feud with Kevin Owens. Now he's just in a random mid-card match, and I'm not expecting much here. And the third match from the pre-show and the first in a series of 7, Jerry, Cesaro against Sheamus.
What the fuck is that?
It's in the kickoff.
No, what's the best of 7 series? I've never heard of that.
Oh, Cesaro and Sheamus, after having multiple matches that nobody cared about to begin with, Mick Foley decided to put them in the best of 7 series. So best 4 out of 7, whatever series there. And the first match is during the kickoff. Fuck, what a way to promote your big 7 matches. It's on the fucking kickoff show.
So are they having 7 matches?
Starting, yeah, they've already had multiple matches. So the best of 7, it starts off that you don't really care about it to begin with. And this match is going to be on the pre-show because you didn't watch this feud, I guess.
No,
it's some kind of cheap mid-card feud there that they just took those 2 guys and put them together, and the matches are okay / mediocre there at best, you know. And now we're gonna get 7 of these buttes. But yeah, not exciting. It should be the same as the other 8 matches they've had this month there. Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Naomi. Now we're going on the main show here. It's, Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Naomi versus Natalia and Alexa Bliss. I'm assuming they're going to add the third person with this match, but this was supposed to be for Eva Marie's debut. This is what this was going to be about. She was going to be the star of this match, but she got nailed for some kind of drugs, I reckon. So now she's out of the match.
I found out what actually happened. She didn't get nailed for drugs. She actually forgot to sign paperwork.
I got legally prescribed cocaine, dog. It's legal.
She forgot to sign like paperwork or something, and she had to do it in a limited time, and she didn't do it. So I don't know if that's happened to Paige and Del Rio, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I don't know who the fuck they're gonna replace. They'll probably have Bayley in here.
Well, now this match is just a complete waste of time. That could work if they'd add Bayley, but really it was supposed to be for Eva Marie, so she's not there, so it becomes, very pointless there. Miz versus Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews is fighting for the Intercontinental Championship. I can't even remember what he's done this month on SmackDown. He was completely irrelevant on Raw, and now he's completely irrelevant on SmackDown. I don't even remember what he's done, if he's even been on the show there. And now he's fighting against Miz. I don't know if Apollo Crews is ready to become the Intercontinental Champion there.
It depends. It depends on this card, because the past few cards the heels have won all the time. Maybe apart from like the Dean Ambrose thing. So I think like it depends on what they're gonna do. Like, is all the faces gonna win or whatever? But like honestly, I can see just the Miz winning this, because a lot of people seem to like him and Maurice kind of together, although I don't get it personally, but people seem to like it, so I think that they might keep a championship on Miz, but it wouldn't surprise me if they put it on Apollo Crews, and then they could have a feud between him and Apollo. Like, do you remember the Miz versus Darren Young? That was supposed to be a feud, but
all happened.
Nothing happened, so maybe this will be the same. Maybe just the Miz keeps the Intercontinental Championship.
They might put it on Apollo Crews to try to build him up there, but how about giving him a character first, or making him talk or something?
Yeah, because he just looks like he's happy to be there. That's the problem with Apollo Crews. Like, it's not his ability in the ring that I have a problem with. It's just he's always smiling like this. Like, he's always smiling like he's happy to be there, and I'm like, dude, you have to be like a badass, like, you know what I mean? We can't, like, that's why I never got the Sami Zayn thing, because he was always smiling all the time. Like, even on, like, the front card of, like, SummerSlam, he's just, like, smiling. I'm like, well, why? Like, you're in a fucking match with someone, you know what I mean? At least try and act serious, but I don't know. Sorry, go ahead.
The match should be very average. I forgot to do the predictions. We can do the predictions at the end, maybe just go down real quick. But match quality-wise, I figure it'll be just a basic match there. Enzo and Big Cass versus Jericho and Owens. Are they going to try to do some type of comedy shit with this match? Because this is pretty much all it's been. It's like some kind of comedy feud right now, this.
By the looks of it, the main point of this match will be not the actual match itself, but what happens before the bell rings. So Enzo Amore and Big Cass will probably come out first. They cut some promos. Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens will probably cut promos joking about them. Then they ring the bell and shit like that. So I think it's not going to be so much the match itself. I think it's more about what will happen before the bell rings. So that's what I think.
Another basic tag match with nothing big, probably.
Yeah.
And Jericho and Owens might just split up right away too in this match there.
Yeah.
Those are two big names. Owens isn't really an established huge name or anything, but those are two guys that can have their own separate feuds. During a brand split, I wouldn't be putting those two guys together when there's hardly anyone on the card, you know.
Mm.
But probably a basic match. New Day versus Dr. Gallows and Dr. Anderson. Have you seen them come out with their doctor suits, Jer?
No, I haven't seen it. Thank God. I haven't seen it.
Gallows and Anderson, they hurt the testicles of Big E there, and since then it's become like a comedy feud as well there, and they're dressed up like doctors, stuff related to the testicles of Big E there. And they're trying to hurt the testicles of New Day. This has been the feud this past month.
Did you make that up?
No, it's true. Like it sounds.
Really, for real? Is that the actual feud?
Yeah, they've been Gallows and Anderson. They even came out to the ring dressed up as doctors.
Hang me, WJ.
And this is for the tag team titles. And I'm expecting another basic match there. I don't know. Every match just seems like it's going to be. There's no life to these matches. It's not serious, you know.
It just sounds like a fart, like, and then that's it over. Like that's what it all boils down to. All these matches, like I said, like the problem I have with these pay-per-views is like, I say it's hard to judge this pay-per-view because it's like. Obviously, your Brock Lesnar and your Dean Ambrose and your Seth Rollins and Finn Balor and your John Cena and AJ Styles, they're going to be great. But overall, these stupid tag matches are going to drag the score down. So it's hard, like, if you're going by, like, these top matches, then, yeah, the show might be great. But these kind of stupid fucking, like, how many there's 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 tag matches in this. I could be wrong. 5 tag matches in this card. Like that's basically half of the card is tag matches.
We're going back to the early 90s and the 80s now with fucking a childish product. 10 fucking filler tag team matches per show, and you know. They even have jobbers that are back now. It looks like McMahon just wants to go back to 80s wrestling with this supposed new era, you know?
I know, like I said, he calls it the new era, but it's based on an old era. Like the whole kind of, like, yeah, but like the stars on here, yeah, they're like new generation stars. Like it's very different from what they did in the 80s, but like, this whole kind of tag thing and the squashing, like they're calling it the new era, but yet it's exactly like what they did in the 80s. So why is it called the new era? Also, I hate that word, the new era. Like, what happens if the new era is over? What are they going to call it then? The old, like, what are they going to call it?
I don't know. They've run out of names for the eras, the modern era and now the new era. Basically, it's the previous era, but with nobody. Even the previous era looked like a big fucking era compared to this one, you know? Like the CM Punk stuff and all of that seemed like compared to this, the modern era looked like fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin compared to the shit we're getting now, you know?
Yeah.
But this New Day and Gallows match, it'll probably be basic, and they're going to try to go after each other's testicles to go with the storyline.
Goes back to that LGBT thing. Or
My haters shouldn't watch this match because they're going to get pissed off.
Jesus, I don't even think I'll watch it.
But a boring comedy match where they're going to try to grope each other's balls. There's your match, probably. Sasha Banks versus Charlotte. If it's like the match they had on Raw, then it could be a good match because that was good, you know?
Yeah. By the looks of it, yeah, Dana Brooke has been barred from ringside. So, like I said, the problem I've had with like a lot of Charlotte's matches is that there's constant interference, whether it'll be Flair or whether it'll be Dana Brooke. And I think like Charlotte needs to compete properly on her own to like have a good solid match. I think if they're smart, don't have Dana Brooke come out. Like, because usually when they have Dana Brooke barred from ringside, they might have Ric Flair there, or you never know.
Someone else,
or someone else, you know what I mean? So I really hope that they don't do that. I really hope that the two of them just, like, have a legitimate match and no interference. Because, like, I can maybe understand the previous pay-per-views. They're not major, but this is SummerSlam. In a SummerSlam pay-per-view, you shouldn't have any interferences unless it makes logical sense. So, you could have Nia Jax, though, that could fucking interfere.
And like, become Charlotte's sidekick kind of deal.
No, she just demolishes the two of them. There's a chance of that. Like, remember what they tried to do with Awesome Kong? Remember when she was there?
Okay.
They could possibly do that. So, there's a possibility.
Sasha Banks against Nia Jax. One thing I liked about Charlotte, though, she was better on the mic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It felt a bit more big time because she was good on the mic. And Sasha, it's more like, you know, like it's an indie thing. The fans and the NXT crowd are excited for Sasha, but she's terrible on the mic, you know what I mean?
She's not as bad as like an Eva Marie or like a fucking. She's not as bad as Natalya because Natalya's awful on the microphone. Cause she's just like, or like Naomi's fucking terrible. Like she's not as bad as them, but like she can maybe like. Honestly, the whole kind of remember that Enzo Amore, Sasha Banks promo was a bit cringy.
Yeah.
To be fair, it was a bit like, "How you doing? How you doing?" I'm like, "Is this an episode of Friends or WWE?" Like, you know what I mean?
Friends would have way better talking than that, and I wasn't a fan of Friends, but I'm sure the dialogue would have been more intelligent there.
Get Ross and Rachel, and Ross and Rachel are going to interfere in this match. That's what's going to happen. If
Sasha Banks and Charlotte wrestle like they did on Raw, then there's potential for a good match here. Will it happen? I don't know. Rusev against Roman Reigns. Now, here's the problem with this. They gave away the match on Raw. You know what I mean? They had the long match, and I personally fell asleep on it, but you know, watching it over, it wasn't like the worst match, but I don't know. It could end up being decent. It's just for the U.S. title. It could be a decent U.S. title match, but I don't know. We've already seen it, so it's not that exciting. You know what I mean?
What's lacking in this match is that it's if I was booking it, I would have had it as an ODQ. Because I think Roman, like, I know people give Roman a lot of shit, but he's actually very good at, like, no DQ matches where, like, you know what I mean? Like, when he's fucking slamming them into the table, or Rusev as well. Rusev's pretty good. But, like, on that subject, WJ, like, there's no matches that are no DQ. They're all normal single matches.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I don't like. This is like SummerSlam, like, you know what I mean? Like, they should have at least maybe thrown in like a Hell in a Cell or like a proper street fight. None of this kind of fucking wacky Dean Ambrose antics. I'm not bashing Dean Ambrose, but like the whole fucking Chris Jericho thing, like the whole wacky stuff with that. But that's what's lacking in this card, really, is a good no disqualification match. But
you have to wait until the next pay-per-view, WWE no disqualification. You're going to get 3 no DQ matches that are lame as fuck. And the next month, you'll have TLC, and you only get a special match once a year in WWE. Before, it was like any pay-per-view can have gimmick matches. Now it's, it's fucking cheap, man. They can't even give us a fake gimmick match, for God's sake.
I don't know.
But I think the match is going to be decent, you know what I'm saying? But nothing major. I don't really care who wins. I don't want Rusev to lose the U.S. title right away, but I don't know. I don't really care. I've seen it. The feud is dumb. Reigns went after him because he got married. Is that the story? I don't get it. Lando landed in the cake, and that's their storyline. It's pretty childish.
Oh God, I can see Kurt Angle interfering in this. There's a possibility, or it'll either be more likely it'll be next week on Raw, but
Kurt Angle.
Yeah, I can see Kurt Angle facing Rusev because they're either they're gonna give it away in the next few pay-per-views, or they're gonna do it at WrestleMania. But I think that's the whole point of this Rusev thing, is to face Kurt Angle maybe at WrestleMania. So I don't know, either he's gonna interfere here, or he's gonna interfere on Raw, or they're gonna. But either way, I would say I'm about 60 to 70% certain that Rusev's gonna face Kurt Angle. I think, because it's been teased way too much. So you know what I mean.
AJ Styles versus John Cena. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a good match. But for the love of God, please let AJ Styles win. You know what I'm saying? Cena needs to put over someone without getting his 15 comeback victories there. Please let AJ Styles win. It's one-on-one. There's no club involved. If AJ Styles gets beat, it's storyline-wise. Oh, he couldn't do it without the club. Cena's so tough. The fans are sick of shit like that. You know what I mean? He needs to put over someone for real there. Fucking take a loss and move on. Fuck.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but I can see Cena winning this.
Me too. I'm afraid it'll happen, but
dude, everyone is going to be so like. You think people are angry now? Jesus, if John Cena beats AJ Styles, people will be livid, like so fucking angry. Because like John Cena's. Let's be honest with you, John Cena's. He's not going to be in the company for that much longer. Like, I would give it another 3 to 4 years. It does look to me that he might retire at some point. So he needs to put AJ Styles over. He needs to, because AJ Styles hasn't, like, when he was facing Roman, he got beat by Roman Reigns, and he got beat by, what was it, Jericho? He got beat by in WrestleMania or something, and
AJ, yeah.
Yeah, so AJ needs to win this match. However, he needs to win clean. He can't have any interference from the club. He can't have any interference from I don't think Finn Balor's going to interfere, but John Cena has to lose, but he has to lose clean. You know what I mean? That's the only way that you're going to portray this as like AJ Styles as a top guy. And then maybe AJ Styles faces Dean Ambrose down the line, maybe. So
that's what I'd like to see. AJ Styles as the champ on SmackDown, something different. I know Ambrose just became the champ there, and Like down the road, once Ambrose is done, they can give AJ a chance. I don't know. I hope there.
Mhm.
As Ambrose is a bit plain as the champion.
It's a real shame because I like Dean, but yeah. But we'll get to that next, sure, when his match comes up.
And that's the big match here, folks,
Oh, is it?
for the WWE Heavyweight Championship of the World. Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler. I'm going to tell you right now, Jerry, the match might turn out to be okay, but I refuse to say that this is worthy of a WWE title match on SummerSlam, a historic pay-per-view, the second or third biggest pay-per-view, depending on your opinion there. I don't think this is worthy of that. You know what I mean? Like you had Cena against Daniel Bryan recently. That's a main event for a SummerSlam. This isn't. For the WWE title, it's as throwaway as it gets. It's a few months ago, this would have been a common match on Raw that lasted 3 minutes, you know?
The problem is with this match is not the fact that it's Dean Ambrose or Dolph Ziggler. The problem is they haven't built Dolph Ziggler as a legitimate threat. That's the problem with it. Like you were saying, we've seen this match maybe 100 times. But like, if they went about where Dolph Ziggler was actually beating people all the time and he was a legitimate threat, like, because I like Dolph Ziggler, but I'm not one of these people where like, oh, if people hate Dolph Ziggler, I'm not going to rage at it. Like, I personally like Dolph Ziggler, but I would say this: it wouldn't surprise me if Dolph Ziggler wins, and I'll explain why.
Ugh.
I know. Let me explain why. I do think Dean's going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Dolph Ziggler wins because Dean Ambrose got in a lot of fucking trouble with that Stone Cold podcast. He basically criticized the creative team. He basically said that Brock Lesnar, you know, you're lazy, and he caused a lot of shit. And usually when someone does that in the WWE, they'll take the belt, and you could possibly see Dolph Ziggler versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles beats Dolph Ziggler for the championship, and then AJ Styles goes on. They could maybe do that.
And
so
this whole feud, this feud, the feud itself, it's so nerdy. Like, first of all, it's Dean Ambrose telling him that he's not worthy, pretty much, and that's pretty much what the fans think. Not all of them. There's a lot of fanboys there, but that's what a bunch of fans believe. That's why they're doing this story. That's why Ziggler's cutting these promos. But it's pretty much Ambrose saying that Ziggler isn't worthy, that he's not good enough or as good as he thinks he is. Blah blah blah. He's a phony, stuff like this. And then it's Ziggler trying to look like he's credible. I'm good. I'm worthy. You know, it's like this. It just comes off being cheap looking and terrible acting. And, you know, that's your feud. The guy thinks the other one's not good enough and the other one's trying too hard to look credible. That's the goddamn feud we're getting. And it's for the WWE title, you know. It's at SummerSlam. Imagine that. Is this guy good enough to be in the match? Here's your challenger for the world title. It's like, you serious? Fuck.
Yeah. It's like, because I like Dolph Ziggler, right? You know what I mean? I don't mind him. Like, I think he gets a lot of hate, but I don't think it's necessarily, like, his fault. Like, you can tell he doesn't, like, particularly like doing the whole come on, bring it on, but like he tries to do it to the best of his ability. That's what I see anyway. But like, I think, like I said, if they actually built Dolph Ziggler up where he was a legitimate threat, then maybe, just maybe, it might work. But and here's the thing, like, to me in this feud, it looks like Dean Ambrose is a heel. Because he's like, you're not worthy, and Dolph Ziggler's like, I am, bring it on. You know, it looks to me like Dean's acting maybe a little heelish. I don't know if that's just me, but
they're making him do like what some fans are doing. So like the last month, Seth Rollins represented the portion of the fans that didn't want or who were upset at Reigns for the suspension. Seth Rollins represented those fans, and then Dean Ambrose would show up to shut him down. Roman is a good guy. I'm going to beat you up now, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
That's like taking the opinions of fans and beating it up in the form of Seth Rollins to make, to try to shut up that portion of the audience. Now, a portion of the audience thinks Ziggler isn't good enough, so they're doing their babyface champion take the fucking, the side of the fans that dislike Ziggler, and they're turning that into his storyline. It's like he's representing the bad fans that don't like Ziggler. You know what I mean? You're not good enough, Dolph, But that's your babyface champ, They shouldn't make him look like the heel or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's to me, I think the match will be great, but like I said, we're not like the only thing, and this goes for all these singles matches, you're gonna see them throw each other into steel chairs, maybe an odd announce table, and then that's it, really. You know what I mean? You're not gonna see that kind of viciousness of like a chair shot or anything like that. So
these are two very basic wrestlers, you know what I mean? As far as moves are concerned, you don't get extraordinary moves from either of these guys. Ambrose will throw himself off or halfway off a cage.
Yeah, that thing there.
Yeah. But we're not going to get that in this match. It's going to be, look at me doing flips on the ropes with my clothesline. It's going to be that shit there. And Ziggler's cheap-looking super kick that doesn't compare to Michaels' kick there. You want to see a kick? Look on NXT. There's a bunch of Japanese guys. It looks like they're kicking each other in the face for real. Then you got Ziggler with his outdated super kick from the 80s there. Yeah! I'm worthy! Fuck off, fuck. Boring motherfucker.
Fuck off.
Might be a decent match, but
yeah,
who knows? Fuck, they'll add a couple false finishes and we'll be forced to say it was good, I guess. Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. There's some controversy in this match there, well, not controversy, but it's the you see is split on Finn Balor. I'm kind of sitting on the fence right now. I agree that he's a good wrestler, no doubt about it, but on the mic, ugh. And the way that they presented the paint,
Yeah.
like it's supposed to be a big deal just because he has paint.
He does look like he's going to a Halloween party.
It seems foolish to me that we're supposed to be impressed just for body paint, body paint that we already saw on NXT. He's the Demon King, it sounds like something from the movie The Scorpion King, you know what I'm saying?
Sounds like an anime.
Is he going to start doing anime-style shit and start screaming and stuff there?
Kamehameha wave.
He's going to start shooting fireballs like Ryu from Street Fighter there. What the hell
I would actually see that.
And the guy doesn't have the promo skills to back up such a gimmick, you know what I mean? Like The Undertaker, he's playing a dead guy, but he's a great talker. He's a demon king, and all it's going to be is body paint. I don't know, you know. So, like, definitely a good wrestler. And when I look at the match, wrestling wise, I think it's going to be not just good, but, you know, possibly very good type deal, because Rollins is a great wrestler. Balor is good as well. So I don't see this match being cheap. If it is, then shame on you, WWE. There's no reason why it should be a bad match. But what are your thoughts, Jer?
I can understand. Like, here's the thing: I like Finn Balor, but I'm not one of these fanboys that's saying, "Oh, you shouldn't bash him." Like, people have a full right to bash him because, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it does look a bit cheap. But the entrance is cool. I personally like the entrance. Like, I've seen there was a television show that was actually copying the Finn Balor entrance, so it kind of has potential. But like I was saying, his mic skills aren't great. You know what I mean? It's like that's the problem with a lot of the Irish. It's the same with like Becky Lynch a little bit. Like, although I think that she's all right a little bit on the mic, but she's kind of got that, like, the accent's not connecting with people. Or like Sheamus as well, when he's talking on the mic, it doesn't really connect with people. So, you know what I mean? It's the accent in terms of like an American promo ability, it just doesn't work with that. But with Finn Balor, like, I think he's great in the ring. I think the main issue I have is this Demon King. I was under the presumption that he was going to dress up as different things like every pay-per-view, which I thought would be cool. But like I said, you know, him acting as the Demon King, it's a little bit, I don't know, it's hard. I'm torn between it. Like, I like it, but his mic skills aren't. He's better. Like, would you say he's better than Roman?
I think Roman is better.
You think Roman's better?
Seems more big time and more impact. Even if he's corny, the fans are gonna care more about what Roman says than Finn Balor, I think.
See, I kind of want, because I think it's more of an Irish thing. It's like, because I see him, like, and he could win, like, the Universal Championship, which I think that name's fucking horrible. But I don't think that, like, because I do like him, but at the same time, I'm, like, torn between it. Like, I can see where people are coming from with, like, with all that type of shit. I think we need to see more of him. I do think he should win the title. I think Seth Rollins is going to win it, but do you think he's going to win the title?
Finn Balor?
Yeah.
There's a chance if they're calling it a new era and he's one of Triple H's kids there that he's molding or whatever.
Yeah.
Like a Seth Rollins, you know what I mean? Big chance that will he win at SummerSlam? Probably not, but I think he'll win eventually, unless he completely bombs there. But nowadays, if a wrestler completely bombs, oh, we don't care about ratings. That's the way you got to go into it now. You got to forget about good wrestling, I guess, and just think of it as a fucking cheap show there. It's like a variety show, some kind of lame comedy show. You know? If they could do good matches with these wrestlers, fuck, you know, you have a bunch of indie guys, but their strength is wrestling. You know?
Yeah.
That's their strength. They don't have the look. They don't have, you know, not all of them have charisma, so that's their strength is matches, good matches. If they would use Finn Balor and give him a 20-minute match, you know, that might work, or it might make the show better, you know.
But it's a lack of story with these
kind
of indie guys.
just a small guy like Balor that's not good on the mic, if he's put it in plain matches, how are the fans going to get behind it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, like, I weigh more than him and I'm taller than him as well, so which isn't probably a good thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because I was looking and it's exaggerated as well. He like weighs like 190 pounds, so he's probably less than that. So it's kind of
Like
like
the girls are gonna like him because they find him attractive. You know
yeah,
what I
a
mean?
lot. A lot of the American girls like the Irish guys kind of deal, so it's like, you know, they might try and get the women fan base, because a lot of women like Randy Orton as well. So it's kind of like that where they try and like, I think it's like like Dean Ambrose. I think it's like Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, and like Finn Balor is like what girls seem to like these days. Like, because there's a few girls I know that like wrestling, you know, believe it or not, and and that's basically some of the main reason why they watch wrestling is for some of the guys. So, like, yeah, I could see maybe why they're putting Finn Balor in that for that kind of slot, but like, let's be honest, most of the guys are the guys that pay for it and stuff like that. I know there's a lot of women that watch it as well, but majority of it is men. So I
Exactly.
don't.
Like women might listen to his promo. Oh, I love his accent.
Oh, his
He's
accent.
he's so beautiful. And us, we listen. We're like, what the fuck is this boring midget saying here? You know what I mean? That's how men think of it. Fuck this guy. Look, he's big like a twig. Or that's what men are thinking. You know, this fucking guy looks like shit compared to The Rock or something. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So
yeah,
that's the fan base that he's gonna have to try to win over, and not everybody, even if he does put on a bunch of good matches, not all the fans care about matches. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Sometimes they like the stories, and that's why they're losing fans because they don't have any stories anymore and good guys with real star power. And you know, that's the thing. Like Roman Reigns, he has the look. He's getting better in the ring now, but like he's bad on the mic. He doesn't have the natural charisma like a Rock or somebody like this. And then you have a guy like like Finn Balor that, you know, he can wrestle. He has that Jeff Hardy-ish aura. You understand just his
yeah,
look with the paint, shit like this, but he sucks on the mic. Dean Ambrose can talk, but he doesn't have the look. You know what I mean? I think we're not going to get big stars with the full package like they had in the past. You know, it's almost like the guys in the past were almost born to be wrestlers. You know, now it's the guys from the indie shows that look like 15-year-olds wearing fucking shorts that you swim with running shoes that you used to mock and back in the day. Now those guys are fighting for the heavyweight championship. It's not only is it a new era, it's like that by default, you know. It's not like McMahon said, hey, here's a bunch of stars. We're going to push them aside so we can showcase the midgets with zero charisma. It's like that by default now, especially since they can't take steroids apart from the man in our next match here, Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton, Jerry. This should be at least okay, I guess. Is it going to be another suplex match? Because I'm getting a bit bored of those. What do you think?
I think Goldberg's gonna interfere.
Goldberg?
Yeah, I think because there's been a lot of talk about it. Goldberg called out Brock Lesnar, so rather than this match, however, could end at a disqualification. what they might do is if it's just a straight up match, Brock Lesnar's going to win, right? However, if Goldberg, I think that they should do it for the pay-per-view and not Raw, because I think they do that too much. I think Goldberg should come out, interfere, beat up Brock Lesnar, and then build up to a match. Or Brock Lesnar's going to win this, and then on Raw, Brock Lesnar to come in talking, and then Goldberg's going to come out. That's what I think. More likely it'll be Raw, but it wouldn't surprise me if Goldberg interferes in this match.
So we might get some Orton's going to hit the RKO. There's going to be that big moment because they've been saying it only takes one RKO. So he'll hit that big RKO somewhere, and then we're going to get the kick out from Lesnar, and people are going to be shocked. Or could Randy Orton possibly win because of the steroids? You never know, but I doubt it, I guess. What do you think?
What's going to happen is Randy's going to get a big needle and shove it up his ass. That's what and we're gonna see it. We're gonna see Randy Orton stick a needle up Brock Lesnar's ass, and then he's gonna get the pinfall victory. That's what's gonna happen. No, but joking aside, though, like I think this is the main reason why people are gonna watch this pay-per-view. The thing is, though, is that like I said, if Goldberg interferes in this, would people be disappointed? If it ends in a disqualification, I think if they are, like I said, I think the only way this works is that if Brock Lesnar beats Randy and then Goldberg maybe interferes and then beats up Brock Lesnar, and then we have a thing on Raw, and then we have Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. The thing is, though, is that the last time Brock Lesnar and Goldberg fought, it didn't quite work out too well.
Yeah.
so we could. You know what I mean? Is Stone Cold going to be a referee again? Like, I don't know, but I think this will be a good match. I think it'll be better than any of these indie Vanny farts on here. Because at least Brock's going to suplex people, and you're going to see cool RKOs or whatever. So I think it might be good. However, I think the main kind of focus for this match might be Goldberg. I could be wrong. But like I said, there's a chance Goldberg could interfere in this.
I think it could be a good enough match if it goes like close to something that I'm imagining that it'll be. You know, it's possible to have a good match out of these two there, but will it go down like I imagine? Probably not. But you know, I don't know.
At least Golden Truth aren't on this card anyway. At least that's a good thing.
Might have Scooby-Doo and Golden Truth interfere in the end. Yeah.
Scooby-Doo's going to come out gay.
That's what's going to happen. Darren Young, Orlando Jordan, they're going to come out and start a new faction.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But that's a shitload of matches, like fucking 13 matches.
So let's go through our quick predictions here, Jared. Back to the kickoff. I think American Alpha, Hype Brothers, and the Usos will beat Breezango, Ascension, and Vaudevillains. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the same, yeah. Because, like, Fandango and Tyler Breeze are irrelevant, Ascension are irrelevant, and for Vaudevillains, everyone hates them, even backstage. So, yeah, I could see that.
Sami Zayn and Neville will defeat the Dudleys. They're treating the Dudleys like jobbers, losing in 1-minute matches. They have Sami Zayn in the match, which is more star power than Sin Cara. So maybe the Dudleys will lose in the 2-3 minute match or something.
I think Sami Zayn and Neville's going to win, and then we're going to have a heel turn by Bubba Ray Dudley against the Dudley Boys. Like, he's going to turn on Devon, and I think the Dudley Boys are going to break up in this match. Although, I know actually they might break up on Raw. I think Sami Zayn and Neville's going to win, but then they might break up on Raw because you can't have the Dudley Boys break up in a fucking pre-show. You know what I mean? I think that would just be stupid. So yeah, and then I think the Dudley Boys on Monday night. Well, was Dudley Boys on Raw or SmackDown?
Raw.
Raw, yeah. I think then Bubba Ray's going to turn on Devon, and then Dudley Boys are going to break up. I think.
I'm going to go with Sheamus over Cesaro, and this match could go either way because it's going to be a best of 7. Both guys are going to win matches, but I'll go with Sheamus because Cesaro already beat him multiple times before the feud even started, so they might have Sheamus win just to try to make him look a bit stronger before this pointless 2-month-long shit feud is going to start. What do you think, Jer?
Either way, like, who really cares, really? Because it's a best of 7, so... You know what I mean? You could have maybe, I think, yeah, maybe Sheamus, I would say, but I don't really give a shit, really, about that.
And in this match here, I'll go with Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Naomi, the faces of the team. They were supposed to have Eva Marie, but she's not there, and I doubt it can be... who did we mention earlier? Bailey, because then she'd have to be on the heel team. You think they'd do that?
Oh, they could have Nia Jax.
Yeah, that's a possibility there, yeah.
I'm going to go with the heels with Nia Jax. I'm going to take a risk, WJ. I'm going to flip that coin.
That makes sense if you have Nia Jax in it there, yeah. But no, because Nia Jax is on Raw.
Yeah, but like
they could do it anyway.
Yeah, because it's like both Raw and SmackDown are together. So and then you could just have Nia Jax. Then if they're building her up, she beats up Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Naomi, and then she beats up Natalya and Alexa Bliss after the match is over, and just like, yeah, I'm a monster, grr, and then they'll probably do that. So I could maybe see that happening.
I'm gonna go with The Miz over Apollo Crews. He's got his wife with him. She looks like $1 billion. Her Jesus.
She's a wee cat. She's a wee cat, so she is.
So Miz is cutting good promos, like funny promos, I should say, with his wife and the belt and stuff. I don't, if they'd put it on Apollo Crews, it would just feel flat and cheap.
Holy shit.
Apollo Crews, nobody fucking cares. They're not even trying with this guy. Why put him as Intercontinental champ when people, I don't know if people care about The Miz as champ, but it feels a bit better than what Apollo Crews would bring, I think. I don't know. It's mostly his wife. That's the good part of it there. I think Enzo and Cass are going to defeat Jericho and Owens.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jericho and Owens, it's this thing, oh, do you have my back? They might just do a thing that Kevin Owens doesn't have his back type deal, walks away, and like he does a lot, just walking away from matches, and Enzo and Cass getting the victory. What do you think, Jer?
Yeah, I could see that, because I think Enzo Amore and Big Cass after this, they have to be involved in. I think after this, Enzo Amore and Big Cass have to be involved in the WWE Tag Team Championship. So I was very surprised they didn't do Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus the New Day rather than the Club. So, like, that's what I think that they should have done, because it's SummerSlam, but maybe they're doing it for maybe WrestleMania. I don't know. But I think Enzo Amore and Big Cass are going to win.
I think the New Day is going to defeat Gallows and Anderson. They got their cereal and a fucking bunch of merchandise. And Gallows and Anderson, it would have felt bigger if they still had AJ with them, but now they're kind of turning into a Santino tag team with this doctor gimmick there. I don't see them becoming champs right away, so I'm gonna go with the New Day on this one.
Yeah, same here, New Day.
And they started talking about the tag team record, not just of the newer era, but I think they started talking about Demolition's record. So I don't
Oh
know
no.
if they're going to keep New Day as champ for a longer period. Or
What's the record?
I'm not sure. I think it's
Let
close
me
to
check.
2 years or something like that there.
Let's see. Long.
But who do you think is going to win this match? New Day, you said?
Yeah, New Day.
I think Sasha Banks is going to beat Charlotte way too early to lose the belt right away, I think. There.
Just checking it right now for this here. Most recent longest. Oh yeah, it's just the modern era. With Charlotte and Sasha Banks, I'm gonna go with Sasha on this one. I think.
I think Rusev is going to retain the U.S. title. I'm not sure if he's going to beat him clean, if there's going to be some cheating, if it's going to be a disqualification somehow there, but I'm going to go with Rusev to retain on this one.
I'm gonna go Rusev, but like I said, there might be a disqualification, maybe with Kurt Angle. I don't know. I think we're either gonna see Goldberg or Kurt Angle in this pay-per-view. I think, but yeah.
I'm going to go with AJ Styles over Cena. That's because I'm praying that they're going to do the right thing. And that's the thing here. I'm going with my heart for this prediction. You know what I mean? Like, part of me is saying that Cena is going to win, business as usual, but my heart says AJ Styles, and god dang it, Jerry, I'm going to go with my heart on this one. Fuck it, AJ Styles. But
I'm gonna go. Oh, Jesus, I've dealt with WWE on multiple occasions, but I have to go with John Cena. I think he's gonna win.
I think go ahead.
I think he's gonna. I think WWE will not learn their lesson, and they don't want a top. It's still that kind of. Because to be honest, yeah, AJ Styles is great, but WWE have a kind of a dislike for TNA wrestlers. Maybe it might be because you look at what they did with Christian, and they've done with R-Truth, and you know what I mean. So it wouldn't surprise me if, like I said, it would be great for AJ Styles to win, but by WWE's track record, I'd go John Cena, unfortunately.
I think Dean Ambrose is going to defeat Dolph Ziggler. If Dolph wins, I don't know, those SmackDown ratings, boy, it might please a portion of the audience, but like, I don't think this is going to be the big money grabber there with Dolph Ziggler as the champ.
I'm gonna go with Dean, but it wouldn't surprise me if Dolph Ziggler won and then Dean turned heel or something. I don't know, but I'd have to go with Dean Ambrose on this one.
I'm going with Seth Rollins over Finn Balor. A new title, a new era, the new brand split. Is it safe to put the big, the big belt of the big show on Finn Balor right now? I'm not sure about that. They could do it to try to establish him fast, but is that the best way to go about it,
Yeah, I would have to go with. Fuck. Ah, shit.
Are you going for the big pick, Jared?
Shit. See, I don't know. Fucking hell. Fuck it. I'll just go with Seth Rollins. I'll flip up a coin. There, WJ. We'll see what the coin says. See what the coin says. Tails or Finn Balor, heads for Seth Rollins. Tails. What did I say for tails again? I forget.
That's Seth Rollins, he said. I'm not sure.
Fuck no. No, heads for Finn Balor, tails for Seth Rollins, right?
Okay.
It's tails, Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, the coin knows, Jer.
Coin knows.
I think Brock Lesnar is going to defeat Randy Orton. Even if Orton loses, they can just say, you know, he's still a tough guy. He took him to his limit kind of deal there.
Yeah, like what they did with Dean. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm gonna go Brock, and I think Goldberg might interfere.
Some Goldberg action, you're thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking it. My gut instinct, WJ, my gut instinct. Let's see what the coin says. Will Goldberg be in SummerSlam? Tails, yes. Heads, no. Heads, no, WJ. So we'll see if the coin's right by Sunday. But I think Goldberg's going to show up.
So, Jerry, are you going to be watching the NXT special later tonight? Or?
No. Well, it's hard. Like, what time is it at?
It starts at 8 o'clock here, so 1 a.m. in your neck of the woods. I'll be back in 2 minutes, Jerry. Kill time. Talk about NXT for 2 minutes, Jerry. I'll be right back.
So yeah. Yeah, basically I think SummerSlam, like all together, I think the card seems pretty well. The card seems like it's a good card, but there's just way too many fucking tag matches, you know what I mean? The only main reason why we're watching this pay-per-view is for Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, and John Cena and AJ Styles. Maybe a possibility of I'd maybe like to see Rusev versus Roman Reigns, but apart from that, I don't. That's basically half of the card I don't want to see, and I just think that there's too many like tag matches, if it makes sense, in this fucking card. That's the main issue I have. But like yeah, like I just haven't had fucking time to even watch this shit. Like I haven't watched Raw and SmackDown in like 2 weeks because I haven't been invested in it. I think the backstage news is more interesting than the actual fucking wrestling involved. So yeah, you're back, WJ.
I was thinking about that myself because it's hard, man, to watch the 3-hour shows. Maybe I can just watch parts of it and talk about different things that's worth mentioning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But NXT tonight, real quick, we'll just talk for a few minutes about it. Joe versus Nakamura. I think that match is definitely worth watching there. Like match quality wise, you know, Joe, the big powerhouse that can go quick and shit, and Nakamura's the big indie hero, a Japanese hero there. I'm expecting this to be a good match. We got Bobby Roode making his in-ring debut, going up against that jobber who's apparently a star in Mexico. There's something Andreda Cien Almas or something like that.
Oh, I've never heard of him.
So Bobby Roode's entrance with the music and stuff might be worth watching, might be more entertaining than the actual match there. But what else we got happening? Austin Aries has a match. Bailey is going to lose against that Japanese girl, Asuka. That's her name.
Oksana.
Asuka or whatever. You have to pronounce it like you're Japanese, Jer.
Oksana.
But
I Sam Dragon Ball Z in Japanese, WJ.
She looks like a Dragon Ball character herself there.
She's a wee cat though.
But I'm pretty sure she'll retain because it's time to send Bailey to the main roster. She's more popular than most of the new male indie stars that they got. You got men on fucking all over social media that are buying her shirts and shit. So I'm not sure what they're waiting for to put her on the main roster. You know what I mean?
She's been on NXT for a good fucking, what, 5-6 years or something like?
Fucking super long there, and she's very popular on the show. So she's cartoonish like WWE likes there. So will it work on the main roster with the blood-hungry fans? I'm not sure there, but
I'm not a hooker, WJ.
But
people are calling her. People call her. What you call him? What you call that guy, the chat show host with a big chin?
Jay Leno.
Yeah, they're like calling her like him. It's a bit mad, like, but
she might get hate from a portion of the audience there. But yeah, I think NXT tonight should be good wrestling wise anyway. So big chance it's going to beat SummerSlam as far as in-ring action is concerned there. So there you have it for today, Jerry. Any final thoughts there?
It's going to be really hard to watch NXT or UFC tonight, but unfortunately I can't watch both because I have to watch fucking SummerSlam tomorrow and review this shit, WJ. So, I don't know. But yeah, I might watch that Conor McGregor fight. Probably not actually because it's way too late.
I'm going to be watching NXT over McGregor. Fuck him.
You know, like that ball throwing, WJ?
I might watch the CM Punk fight if someone uploads it on YouTube or something. I don't see myself watching UFC in the future. Too expensive, and I'm not really into it. You know, it's real, but you know, whatever. Fuck, it's expensive to watch a couple of cool punches, 2-3 cool punches for $60. I don't know if it's worth it. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my final thoughts there. I believe in equal rights
Oh, here we
for
go.
everybody. Deal with it, motherfuckers. That goes for, you know, women, equal rights for all races, and sexuality. You can't accept that. I don't give a flying fuck, motherfuckers. Moving on, dogs. Moving the fuck on. NXT tonight and SummerSlam tomorrow. Stay tuned for some of them reviews there. Some of that boring ass fucking wrestling there. TNA has improved, I think. You think so, Jerry? Or?
I think that they're better. It's better than Raw or SmackDown, but that Bobby Lashley storyline is a bit fucking. He basically just said those championships are worthless. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but
a bit weird the way they went about it there, but
it's a bit mad, like.
Still more fun than Raw and SmackDown this past week, anyway. In my opinion, please don't kill me for my opinion.
No, now you're TNA fanboy, WJ.
But well, that's about it, folks. Until next time. Equal rights, motherfuckers. Equal rights. I come from a country that's not full of savages. There, we've done this equal rights thing like fucking 20 years ago in this country. We've already moved past that shit. Sorry, I'm not living in the caves like you motherfuckers. Move on, you fucking idiots. Wrestling, Jerry, wrestling. Until next time. Peace.